After 8 years in the US and 6 years back in Japan, I find myself missing American homes. When I lived in America, I appreciated the charm of Japanese-style living. Now that I'm back, I want an American-style house again. Talk about wanting what you can't have. I believe a home isn't just a building, it's a reflection of your life. Spacious yards for barbecue in American homes was a tradition of removing shoes at the entrance in Japanese homes. Both are wonderful, but which would you choose? Oh, and in my American home, I loved the fluffy carpet, but went through so many vacuums from overcleaning. Today, I'll give you an in-depth tour of my current home while sharing my vision for a dream house that combines the best of Japan and America. After watching, let me know your dream home in the comments. Let's dive in. When I lived in Idaho, the endless blue skies and open horizons stole my heart. Ever since, that's been my idea of the perfect lifestyle. These days, I live in the countryside of Ishikawa Prefecture. Rural life is the best. Here's my current yard and parking space. Tiny, isn't it? Plus, my yard is totally exposed, which I'm not a fan of. Japanese homes typically have walls or fences, but your neighbor's house is just a hop, skip, and jump away. I'd love a spacious American-style yard, so big you could fit a nicer house in it. A garden for herbs, a barbecue space for families and friends, and a touch of Japan's 4 seasons to top it off. Perfect, right? Minimum requirement, a covered parking space for at least 2 cars. Right now, my poor Jeep is left out in the rain, meaning more car washes. And how cool would it be to have one of those wide fancy entrances with an electric gate like in the movies? A hotel-style circular driveway would be perfect for loading and unloading stuff. Maybe that's asking too much? One thing I really love about Japanese homes is the entrance or genkan. It's not just a spot to take off your shoes. It's like a boundary between the outside world and your home. You leave the dirt and stress of the day behind and step into a clean, calm space. I'm really happy with how our current setup works. For example, this area is for guests, and if you open this door, it leads to the family entrance. In the family entrance, we store things like shoes, slippers, and outdoor gear. My current living room is decent. High ceilings, lots of sunlight, but the view, not so much. And with everyone able to see him, I rarely open the blinds all the way. I'm dreaming of a big, airy American-style living and dining room with large windows overlooking a spacious yard. I'd love to dine outside on sunny days. Carpet is common in US homes, but I'd go for hardwood floors. They are easier to clean and feel cozier. Plus, it means I wouldn't end up breaking vacuums from overcleaning them anymore. Area rungs are always an option if needed. I currently have an island kitchen, but it's not for me. There's no scenic view and it doesn't feel functional. A spacious American kitchen is a must for cooking enthusiasts like me. Built-in ovens are rare in Japan, but they are so handy. I'll definitely include one. I also need plenty of storage for my fermented foods as well as enough room to neatly store pots, dishes, and cooking tools. And while I live in an all-electric home now, I really miss cooking with fire. There's nothing like rice cooked in a clay pot. While I enjoy the bed culture in the US, I'm definitely a tatami and futon person. The Japanese tradition of lying out and putting away futons every day suits us perfectly. I've even made a detailed video about the charm of futons, so check the description for the link. Now, is this small tatami room our bedroom? Nope. Unfortunately, this space is too small for the two of us. We use it for family when they stay over. So, where do my husband and I sleep? On the second floor balcony area. Here it is. It's a shame there's no tatami, but we do have a convenient storage space for the futons right nearby. It's actually quite cozy. Weird, isn't it? In the US, I found myself heading to the local hot springs every week for relaxation. I'd love a Japanese bath with a big window overlooking nature. Too much to ask? Also, a bathroom heater would be super handy in winter. In Japan, more homes are adding them to stay warm. Do they exist overseas too? In the US, having a hobby room or personal space in the house felt normal. I think we need that too. Right now, my husband has a tiny corner upstairs, but I have nothing. My husband dreams of having a grand piano. Wouldn't it be great if he had a big enough office for that? In America, guest rooms are often spacious and fully equipped. For us though, we only need a multi-purpose room for the occasional visit from our son, daughter, or granddaughter. Currently, this multi-purpose room is used for video editing and doubles as a guest room whenever needed. Practical, right? Our current powder room is this small, and every morning it's a battle for space with my husband. I'd love to have a double sink setup. Also, this kind of small Japanese walk-in closet is super convenient. It's just the right size to store all our clothes and bags in one place, making it perfect for 2 people. This size is more than enough. Here's our laundry space. In Japan, the use of dryers isn't very common. This is because people prefer line drying clothes under the sun, which feels more natural and refreshing. Plus, electricity costs are quite high, so using a dryer frequently can be expensive. Ideally, I'd like a setup where I can hang laundry indoors on rainy days and outdoors on sunny days. And in this laundry space, I absolutely want shelves to neatly store bath towels and laundry supplies, along with a deep sink for hand washing stubborn stains. And speaking of practical spaces, let me show you what's next to the laundry room. When you open the door, you'll find a 7-category trash sorting station and cleaning tools. Honestly, this trash sorting is so stressful. I think Japan should focus more on reducing waste rather than relying so heavily on sorting. Honestly, I can't live without a washlet. It's a total game changer for comfort and cleanliness. Once you've used one, there's no going back. But toilet rooms in Japan are often so tiny that it feels like a balancing act just to move around. I'd love a bathroom big enough to stretch out and actually relax. For my dream home, I'd take Japan's Ginkan-style entryways, baths, washrooms, and tatami rooms with futons for sleeping, but everything else would be American style. Making a dream home like this a reality isn't easy, especially in Japan. Finding an American-style house with a big yard can be a real challenge. A house deep in the mountains might work, but it could mean no reliable utilities. When I think about it, Japan is all about creativity, maximizing space, while America enjoys the luxury of vast open land. Combining the best of both worlds in one home is my ultimate dream. Now, where should I build this house? Japan or the US? What's your dream home like? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you next week.